Welcome to the Learning Den. Today, we will discuss the cultural and historical background of the Pakistan movement and explore an important question. How successful were the religious thinkers in spreading Islam in the subcontinent during the 18th and 19th centuries? Focus points. How important were the religious reforms of Shah Waliullah? What influence did Syed Ahmad Barelvi exert in the revival of Islam? How influential was Haji Shariatullah and the Faraizi movement? The religious reforms of Shah Waliullah and his role in the political and religious context of the time. Syed Ahmad Barelvi and the revival of Islam in the subcontinent. The jihad movement and the mujahideen. Haji Shariatullah and the Faraizi movement. During the 18th and 19th centuries, the subcontinent faced political and religious turmoil. The decline of the Mughal Empire, the rise of regional powers and the dominance of the British East India Company created uncertainty for Muslims. At this critical time, reformers like Shah Waliullah, Syed Ahmad Barelvi and Haji Shariatullah worked to revive Islam and preserve Muslim identity. Their efforts laid the groundwork for later movements like Aligarh and ultimately the Pakistan movement. Born in 1703 in Delhi, Shah Waliullah saw the decline of the Mughal Empire, widespread corruption and sectarianism. He believed the main reason for this downfall was Muslims' distance from Islamic teachings. To address this, he emphasized religious reform. His most important contribution was translating the Holy Quran into Persian, making it accessible to Muslims unfamiliar with Arabic. This helped reconnect them with the Quranic message. He promoted the Hadith and Sunnah while condemning sectarianism and religious innovations. Shah Waliullah also called for unity among Muslims, focusing on justice, equality and welfare. Politically, he invited Ahmad Shah Abdali to intervene against the Marathas, leading to the Third Battle of Panipat in 1761. Although controversial, this temporarily halted Maratha expansion. His efforts influenced later Islamic movements in South Asia. Born in 1786, Syed Ahmad Barelvi was inspired by Shah Waliullah and aimed to revive Islam through military and religious reform. He launched the jihad movement, focusing on uniting Muslims against non-Muslim rule, particularly the Sikh Empire under Ranjit Singh. He called for a return to pure Islam based on the Quran and Sunnah. His movement had both spiritual and political dimensions. He gathered Pashtun tribal support and established an Islamic state governed by Sharia. Despite initial successes, he was martyred in the Battle of Balakot in 1831. Though his jihad failed militarily, it had a lasting impact, inspiring Muslims to view Islam as a complete system of governance and justice. His life became a symbol of resistance and sacrifice for future generations. Born in 1781 in Bengal, Haji Shariatullah was influenced by Islamic reform movements during his stay in Mecca. He returned to Bengal and launched the Faraizi movement in the 1820s, emphasizing the Faraiz, or obligatory Islamic duties. Disturbed by un-Islamic practices and Hindu influences among Bengali Muslims, he encouraged strict adherence to Islamic fundamentals, rejecting shrine worship and cultural festivals without Quranic basis. The movement also opposed the economic exploitation of Muslims by Hindu landlords and British planters. The Faraizi movement gained support among the poor and was continued by his son Dudu Mian. It played a vital role in awakening religious consciousness and linking Islamic revival with social justice, making it one of South Asia's earliest reform movements. The efforts of Shah Waliullah, Syed Ahmad Barelvi and Haji Shariatullah represent a significant chapter in Islamic revival in the subcontinent. Each operated differently: intellectual reform, military jihad, and socio-religious movements, but shared the goal of preserving and purifying Islam during political chaos. Though their efforts face setbacks including military defeats and regional limitations, their legacy endured. They influenced generations of scholars, reformers, and leaders, shaping Muslim identity and contributing to the ideological foundation of Pakistan. That's all for today's lecture. Thank you for joining, and I look forward to our next session.